Uh, hey everybody. So, my name is Sky, and this is a pitch for a television show I'm calling A Gang of Daggers. So, the concept of A Gang of Daggers is the poorest, worst high school in the United States, and at the bottom of the social ladder is a group of nerds, and one of them finds a book that has a piece of paper that turns out to be a magical portal to another world. And it's like Europe before the Romans took over. And they decide, hey, let's become mercenaries and sell our services. And they learn some magic. And so they're able to make themselves into a gang. And so my idea of the show is that essentially there's two parts, two halves. One part of it is that you have a high school, and I'm going to get a high school of kids and we do amazing stuff, art with it. But I'll get actors like Malcolm, why am I blanking on the name? Danica, McKellar, and Mayim, and other actors and like child stars, and have like just these incredible dramas of like true life, real heart-wrenching stories of life in the United States, and like just document like what's the worst case scenario, what's the next what best case scenario, and just kind of work through like, so these are the worst things. How could things get better? How did the environment change? How did how did this place grow? How can this place grow? And go walk through that process and just have these amazing dramatic stories. The other half of the show would be the Dagger, the Academy. This essentially the nerds are going to recruit other nerds and special people, isolated, whatever. Like, hey, you have too many friends. You want to hang out with us? And like, okay, and walk into a sort of dojo space where guys are training either barehanded with weapons in groups, and you're like, okay, what's going on? And what you learn is that, okay, we train with weapons to be really good fighters, because then we go to this other planet where we sell our services as mercenaries. And one of the ways I'm thinking I could conceive of it is that if I'm running the show, is as a dungeon master with these students, these people who make up the gang, because it's going to grow year by year, and the challenges that they just want to take themselves into on this other world. And because it's a primitive world with warring factions, it gives them the opportunity to join in different wars, campaigns, either between rival factions within the kingdom or rival kingdoms. And so just different scenarios that can be presented there. So yeah, they would, as the the director or the the master, game master, it's like I determine like, okay, what sort of odds do these guys encounter, and these guys would have some magic, and in terms of magic, it's like, oh well, technology. They wear like like bandanas and like, oh oh hey, they can talk to each other for some reason, yeah. Because like you can CGI out stuff, and for battles and fights, I want them to be realistic, and because we can figure out a stage combat system where if two guys are fighting and like, all right, we're dueling, we're gonna mark each other red, start killing each other for real with these metal but dull weapons. What's gonna happen? And blood packs, and just like, all right, bam, I got you here, and so now react, act. Are you gonna try run away? from the fight. So just show the fight play out in live action, real time, and just see how it plays out. And because these guys know magic, oh, I got hurt. Well, magic, I'm healed. Hey, what do you know? So, but the guys are still going to suffer. Like, oh man, I really hurt myself in that fight. And so, luckily, I have access to whatever medical things. But yeah, just the people who are fans of MMA and HEMA, HEMA, would love this show, and historical people would love this show, because I would present to you as best we could, like the like a primitive medieval world, just basic technology, and I have like a lot of ideas, and I think entertaining ideas of just how to present it and just the impact that these guys would have on that world. So, yeah, the show that A Gang of Daggers. Share this, please. Hope you guys like it.